Okay, good evening. Good evening. Good evening. I am using a slightly different program tonight. I am basically going to be in Sketchbook Pro tonight. So I'm going to do something a little bit different than I normally would. Yeah. On top of that, I also can use more hotkeys in this program, which allow me to do more things faster. And then I just realized both my cats were at my legs now. 2 seconds of just getting my okay. All my toolbar stuff is on the side here on a different page, but um, basically I am this program's got a little bit more to it when it comes to just kind of drawing. Like I really do. I like Clip Studio, but there's certain drawbacks when I'm just trying to have fun and draw. Hotkeys are one of them. On top of that, um, I originally mapped out a lot of keys in my pen, and now none of them work, which kind of annoys me quite a bit. Okay. Ugh. Ooh, hello. This is one of the Michael Turner's drawings that I'm like, oh, I really like this. Always, it always drew me to his character designs and all that stuff. That I'm like, I gotta learn to get better overall because of that. So, let's see here. There's a Wolverine that he did. Just like, see if I can find it real quick. Oop, there it is. Pull this over. So yeah, he did a Wolverine. Always a fun character, but like you can see his style of art very clearly. It's very organic. It's very detailed. Even like these little lines, these little sketch lines. You can tell that he's clearly saying, "Hey, there's hair there." At the same time, the definition of the muscles, like his his style of character, is much different. So I'm gonna do a little bit of that tonight. Erase. Let me see if I can keep that on top here. I'm doing Michael Turner tonight. I'm gonna start with Wolverine, one of his Wolverine sketches here. Let me see if we can keep this on top. Oh, come on. Zoom. Give me 2 seconds. Yes, I am tonight. I am decided just because I'm doing some character studies, I figured doing doing this would be kind of a nice change up. So why can I not find? Okay, well, I'm gonna keep it off to the side over here. The good part is but not keeping it over there at least allows me to look up and actually see, text and everything. Hotkey it. It's been a while since I've used this. I always forget what the hotkeys are for Sketchbook. But let's start. Make this simple. Now, what is it? I did set it up. Okay, cool. Forgot I set up the hotkey on my pen right away. So that way, soon as I want to switch, I can switch. Okay, so what I noticed right away, he's definitely got more. You almost the way he has the hair and the uh I've been drawing quite some time. I started getting serious about my art back in 2020. Um just because I I was out of a job because the club I was working at closed, and kind of allowed, kind of got me back into the situation of, hey, let's get back into my art. Yeah, I've drawn for quite some time. Like, I drew in high school a lot, but and I came up with a lot of good concepts in high school. Biggie T, thank you for the likes. Greatly appreciate that. Um, but I didn't really like. I took it serious, but I didn't take it that serious. And I did get a degree in computer animation, and I graduated in 2010. Yeah, 2010, and that was they didn't really do a lot of drawing. Didn't really go over a lot of things. It was more of everything we learned was more about the programs for doing the art or doing the animation. So basically, what I learned was how to use Maya, how to use the 3D programs to do the art. It didn't really give me the extra stuff I wanted to learn for actual drawing. Um, it gave me a good sense of storytelling and everything, and composition and certain other things, um, to allow me to get better at my comic work. But overall, it didn't really help. Um, okay. Now, and what was it? I did learn how to do 3D modeling, which is nice. It's a nice skill to have, um, especially considering it helped with certain anatomy, problems that I was potentially running into. But ever so slightly. Cool. I know it seems weird, but I needed to move that eye a little bit. It was a little too far apart. It really emphasizes the top lip. You can tell he also there's more of a shadow here. Now from here, he emphasizes mouth a little bit, but he does it more with the hair on his face. Wolverine has a lot of the larger, like sideburns and everything. Oh, oh, fun times. The younger cat is deciding that she wants to play. The older cat does not. Now, with this, emphasizes around. Here is big. Here. No, I'm not doing a one for one copy. I just kind of want to get an idea of how he's getting this. Interesting. Now, what I find interesting, the more I've been studying, you know, oh, I'm from the Chicagoland area, so yes. Um, as I was as I study this, I've noticed that on the traps here, certain artists they'll make them a little bit bigger, and then they'll what was it? Good artist here on TikTok. Um, he his name is Rodgon. He has a method called the compass method. The compass method is here, and then he talks about the head coming from here. And mind you, when he talks about the head, he says, "Just here it is. Okay, now we can build out the head, and so forth." Okay, so here's where the neck sits. Here's where the traps are. Then we can build out from there. And then he talks about his 3-4 rule and all this other stuff. But when it comes down to it, here's your basic layout of a body. And when I've been noticing for studying all this is some have some artists make this rather large. Some artists make it smaller like this. Yes, it's got more of a V taper to it, or more of more meat to it, basically. Like he really emphasizes the shape down to show the clavicle, but then he takes it out for the shoulder. Okay, because here's where his middle would be, and then from the shoulder, anyways, he comes. Of course, I put it right where that is, didn't I? Perfect. Okay. Okay. So now from here, he's got a lot of shadow underneath. Um, it looks like he's taking the light and bringing it more down. Frontal but down. So I'll get that going in a minute here. But we got clavicle here. Don't ask me to name all the muscle groups. I barely know them, but we don't want to twist these. Okay. Now, thank you for the rose. Catching the beast. Have a good stream as well. Thanks for stopping in. I greatly appreciate that. Good luck with your stream as well. It's not too bad. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the right size. There we go. No. Good, awesome. Hopefully they'll pay attention here. I can also come back in, have this darker. Blue Water, thank you for the like. I greatly appreciate it. Okay. It's not bad. I'm going to take this. We're going to take that. We're going to shrink it. We're going to move it over to the corner. Oh. Okay, cool. Now, take all that. Oh, I forgot I can do that. We're going to delete that section there. Perfect. Cool. Go back to this one. Uh, no, I prefer a lot of um, the black and white, so that way I'm not sitting there muddying everything up in the color. Trying to see if I can find a good. Let's come back over here. Now, what was it? They had a character design for Hawkman. It was nice. I'm not gonna do that right now. Do Oh, I like this one. You know what? I like that pose. Do a lot of. I notice I do a lot of male characters, which is fine. But to set me out, I need or set me apart. I also have to be good at the female characters, and I don't do enough of them realistically. So, uh, peanut butter jelly. This is a sketchbook. This is Autodesk sketchbook. Um, it's a little nicer just if I'm playing around and doing character studies. Uh, I completely forgot I had this sitting over here. Give me a second. I forgot I had all these Copic marker colors over here. I'm gonna slide that to the other screen. I don't need all the extra sitting around. Actually, I don't need that big a library. Yeah, I'm gonna close that. I don't need that library. I don't need the color editor. We need the brush. Really. Give me 2 seconds. Over here on TikTok, I am me edit something real quick. Oh, see. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. I do kind of do my own hodgepodge of things. Um, a lot of times, if I'm doing, I'll start with the head most of the time. Move here. Okay, so generally, I will start with the head. Okay, I'll do kind of one of the one way I learned was the Rodgon method, where basically you have an oval, and then you can do he calls it the butterfly for the hips, right? Take two circles, or yeah, two circles. Obviously, coming through here, I put a circle there. Boom. And have the head coming up here, so we got the neck. Then we can get the head however we want. And then we got the shoulders. Boom. Chest. And so forth. Now from here the legs come out. And boom. So I do a little bit of that sometimes, depending on what I'm working on. Sometimes I do a little bit of the Loomis method on some stuff. Um, there's so many different ways to get everything together, and one of the things I have found is whatever way is going to work is the way you need to do it. I personally use kind of like a hodgepodge of everybody to kind of got the rib cage here. Need more jab.
Anime power up time.
Peanut butter jelly. Thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate that. Now, the one thing I have to say about the Rodcon way, it has helped. He did another one where he actually. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to erase this. Delete that. Okay. He did another way of connecting the legs, where he'd do a ball here, and then he would do another ball, kind of like a bean shape on top or an egg shape on top. But he would take this and he'd make draw it out, and then here's one leg, here's another leg. So now we've got the connection points for those legs. And as long as I am connected to that, now I can find my anatomy from there. Yeah, if you're having difficulty trying to find um, what works for getting the structure, I would recommend following Rodgon. Go to his YouTube channel. Go to his TikToks. He has so many ways of doing things, and it will help you kind of break things down when necessary. Because what was it? I was following David Finch, but he does a lot of the Loomis method, and it was like for some reason it was not clicking with me on how to use it properly, and I was like, this just doesn't feel right. Then Ragan did his thing, like even doing the head construction, he would do. Yeah, that the understanding, you can find so many tools out there nowadays. Um, this kind of helped me because like I was told by certain editors and certain artists that I was having problems with my anatomy, and I'm like, okay, so I got to go find people to draw and work on the anatomy, and it started coming together more. But the way Rodgan explained it the one time, here's a he he brings this in and he goes, here, okay, make a square. Now we're going to take and make a circle in this one, a circle in this one, and then we're going to, originally he said an X, but now he does just more of a triangle, but he turns it into a teardrop. Okay. Here's the base of everything. So we're going to bring this down. Boom. Here's the mouth. Now we put a little circle in here, a little circle in here. Boom. We just got a basic skull construction. Didn't even realize that we did it. Because here's the eye socket. Now we want to center that. We draw here and here. Well, it's good that you've seen that method before. I can tell you right now, Ragan, he's a good artist. Great explanation. He wants to be a teacher and everything, and some of the stuff I was learning, I would learn from like David Finch or from other artists like Ryan Benjamin. Yes, he streams on TikTok. He's a little harder to find sometimes. I think he's gotten pretty busy with a lot of his stuff now, but I would find his YouTubes. He's taken a lot of his older YouTubes and he's made tutorials for people. And if he does do a live, don't pester him too much, but ask, hey, how would you construct this? How would you do that? And he will, the second you ask him that, you can tell he'll light up and he'll answer that right away. But if you keep constantly asking it, he's going to shut down and be like, nope, you're done. He's explained the beanbag method. He's explained a lot of the different methods because he's just sat there and studied it. So okay. Now that I got those, I'm gonna shrink that. Move that on the side. Close that. Shrink that. That body off to the side. Okay, let me pull up my reference again. Okay. I'm going to do a little bit of race from Soulfire here. But one of the main things excuse me. One of the main things I see here, just to help myself, she's got more of an hourglass. So for her base, for her leg construction, I'm gonna go more here. Now let's tilt the hips just a little bit. Okay. Because now what I want to do, take the upper part and tilt it. What was it? Who was it? I was watching I believe he's a Spanish artist on I've originally seen his stuff just on Instagram and Facebook. But he did a couple YouTube tutorials and he streamed live one time on Twitch, and he started breaking things down and he started talking about being able to use boxes as well. Like a torso would, like the upper torso could be more of a box shape. So that way we know where things are sitting better. Now, mind you, you might have the fit. It might be more of here's the box for the body. but it's a better understanding of which way the body's turned and doing things. Because now when I turn that for here, and now find that. So that way you can do more. But the reason he was also saying that is because he does a lot of female characters, and by how the chest sits on the front surface of the body is important to understand, and he broke that down. Okay. Now, I am looking at my time here. I have realized I need to get. I have a long day ahead of me. I will be streaming again tomorrow at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. With that being said, I'm going to save this real quick. Again, thank you for that follow. I greatly appreciate it. You guys on TikTok, you guys have a good night. Don't be afraid to head on over to Twitch and follow me over there as well. Why is it off center? So small. Anyways, there we go. Yeah. Anyways, you guys have a good night. I will see you tomorrow night at 10. Feel free to follow my TikTok or my Twitch, whichever one you want to sit there and watch. Feel free to join in. I will also be working more on my comic book again sometime soon. Okay? But you guys on TikTok, have a good night. I will see you tomorrow night around 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. As for the Twitch and YouTube, I am going to save this real quick. All right. Let me get in here, save this. So tiny. Practice. Here we go. That is saving. Forgot that he's a follower. Anyways, let me close that. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna pop that down. We're gonna pop that down. Okay, you guys have a good night. Oh, look at that. That looks really cool. It's what is that? A Jim Lee. I can't remember if that's an interior or a cover. But yeah, that's all Jim Lee. Oof. Always have a bunch of these kind of cycling through because it's always fun to see them. But you guys have a good night. I will see you tomorrow around 10 p.m. Hit that follow button. If not, if you don't want to follow here, head on over to TikTok, follow me over there. Wherever you can find me on a social media platform, find me and follow me. Whatever works best for you, and you want to just stay, keep connected of seeing my art, do so. Okay? You guys have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow.